You are not the same person that you used to be. I feel like somebody is in need of this reminder because it feels like there's an energy of um, worry and anxiety around maybe not feeling like enough is changing, or just that feeling of being bored, which I talked about in one of my videos, can often be confused with what peace actually is. When you come from a life of toxicity and self, I don't want to say self-hate because that's really strong, and I hope that nobody is coming from that state, even though if there is someone in that state, I hope that they are coming out of it. But just a uh, a critical self-image, having this critical standard of what you should be or where you feel like your life should be by now. Coming from that to accepting where you are and surrendering to the flow of the universe, God, whatever you believe in, surrendering to that flow to allow yourself to be guided without asking for guidance, without knowing exactly where you're going. It's a hard thing to do. It's hard to break that habit of feeling like you need to control, like you need to direct, and you need to decide on what direction you want your life to go in. But you are in that state, and it might feel boring because it's not what you're used to. It's not the overstimulation that you are used to. Because majority of us are coming from being overstimulated a lot. Just over anxious, over stressed, overly exhausted. I don't even know if that's a word, but it is now. Coming from those states and reaching this state of calm is not always easy to stay in. You're going to have times where you go back and forth. You're going to have times where you feel that anxiety again. But it's important to remember to be grateful when you don't feel that, when you are not being overstimulated, when you're just being and you're able to go through your day and enjoy your routine. Or even if you're not enjoying your routine, just the fact that you have a routine that is putting you in a place where you feel more acceptant of yourself, where you feel more empowered, where you actually believe in yourself more, and you're less critical and judgy of how you might go throughout your day. That's a very important thing to remember. So I feel like somebody needs this reminder. I feel like it's easy to remember when you put it into perspective of where you came from, where you were maybe a month ago, maybe 6 months ago, a year ago. It doesn't even matter how long, but just the fact that you are a completely different person than you were before. That you might not even do the same things that you used to do for fun now. Now those things might be, they might actually like repulse you. They might actually make you kind of cringe that you used to do those things and that you used to find entertainment in that. And being able to be actually in a state where you can enjoy things now that you didn't before. Peaceful things, like just being with yourself, meditating or journaling or just anything, maybe reading, even like watching a good show, or maybe you started playing video games again. You haven't been doing that for a long time. Just things that you used to do when you felt like you still had a very good connection with your inner child. Because I feel like that inner child connection was definitely severed at some point, which led you to feeling like the seriousness and the heaviness of being an adult in this world and trying to make things happen that you felt like maybe wouldn't happen, or maybe you just felt like you weren't strong enough to make them happen. So anything that excites your inner child is a good thing to try to invest your time in, and try to really appreciate that fact that you're able to even identify these things about yourself, and that you were able to identify the things that you needed to let go. And there might still be things that you need to let go. Still be some certain habits, certain ways of thinking that you feel you should let go, or you should have let go by now. But just try not to feel like you should have anything. Try not to feel like I could have done this, because while that may be true, you feel like you could have done that, but if you could have done that, you probably would have done that at that time. So for whatever reason, you weren't able to do it then, but you are able to do it now. In the state that you're in, you're reaching a point where you are able to do those things, able to let those things go. And even though you feel like, well, if I'm able to do it, why haven't I done it yet? Everything is in divine timing. Everything is happening as it's supposed to be happening right now. And that's the thing about being in a state of surrender. It's not in your control when it happens, even if you want it to happen right now. There are things that you may not see that your eyes are going to be open to through this not happening right now. Other key factors need to fall into place before that thing can happen. And it's not about just waiting and focusing on when it's going to happen. It's about being right now and just enjoying being who you are and loving yourself, even though you still feel there are things that need to change about yourself. Just being present with yourself and appreciating yourself and allowing things to happen as they are. It's not the normal thing for it's not the normal thing for us, or the, let me not say normal, it's not the what's the word I'm looking for, the popular choice is not surrender. People think of surrender and they just automatically think weakness, they automatically think giving up. But when you're surrendering to a higher power that you believe in, that's not giving up. That's putting your faith in that higher power or your higher self, that this thing will be done, and believing that and holding on to that belief without needing to focus on it every day, without needing to have it on your mind 24/7, still being able to live your life as the person that you are and enjoy living your life. That's what I feel like surrendering is about. So just try not to be so critical of yourself, because again, you are not the same person you used to be. You're a completely new person, completely new path that you're on, that's different than the path that you walked before. And you never walked this path before. So give yourself some grace in the feelings that you have and the insecurities that you may feel. It's okay to feel those things, but just keep holding on to that faith. Keep holding on to that faith and keep being yourself, whatever that looks like. It's not going to look the same for anybody. So you can't compare yourself and your authentic journey to anyone else's authentic journey. And that's why I feel it's so hard to do today, because I feel like social media is such a focused on thing in today's world. And it's not like I'm not on social media and I don't have those moments where I see things on social media and compare myself to. But it definitely does make it a lot tougher when you're on social media, you know, excessively, and you put a lot of focus on social media and the things that you see that, you know, you feel like you would like to do or you would like to be like, and that you don't feel like you are. That comparison is unnecessary, because that's not your journey. You're on your journey, and only you can walk this path. So I believe in you. I believe that you're walking this path in the way that you were meant to. I believe that you're on the way to everything that you have dreamed of for yourself, that you believe for yourself. And I can't wait for it to happen. I'm genuinely excited for you and proud of the progress that you have made in becoming this new you. And it's only going to go further. So I love you. These words come directly from my heart, and I sincerely hope that they reach your heart. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.